What was your favorite greeting? Was it the firm shake, the knuckle tap, or the butterfly?
We come in peace.
They came in peace.
How is it that you hear these things?
Young man, how is it that you do not?
I can't even believe that this worked.
We now return control of your television set to you until next week at the same time, when the control voice will take you to...
Still don't have the timing down on that, do I?
No, but that's okay.
Welcome to Hero Shack Chronicles. How are
Welcome. I'm well. How are you?
I am well. You look mighty fine, all dressed up.
I haven't changed from work, but thank
You go
you.
to work like that? That's impressive.
Yes, I always get comments on my earrings. My kids love my earrings. My little clients, like, this Diana just look like feathers, pink feathers. I'm like, yep, that's exactly what they are.
So what you up to?
Well, we are up to about $366 on our Kickstarter. We only need $100 and something left to actually make it. So I'm very excited about that because I'm confident that we are going to do that.
Yeah, I am too. Hang on, let me pull something up here.
Sure.
Because you're kind of wrong.
I'm wrong?
You're wrong. Why can't I see the one I want to see?
I don't know, but I don't think I'm wrong, honey.
Yeah, you are.
Okay.
Why is it? Oh, I know why. It's right here. Because we are now at 381, which means we need $119.
Cool beans. We got some backers. I hadn't checked it. I probably should have checked it before I did that.
Yeah,
Yikes.
well, it's okay. I knew where we were.
You checked? I didn't notice.
Yeah,
I got to put my headphone in.
$381, and we have 119 to go. 6 days, I believe, left, or 5.
Yeah, about 5. Well, 7 if you count today, but that's
so
amazing. That's awesome.
Hi, Pirate. Hang on, let me. Boom.
Hi, Pirate. Is that how you say it? Pirate or Pirate? I know it's very cool, and I love Thomas the Tank. That's so cool. Yes, we are very excited. And of course, I opened my mouth without double checking.
It's all right. It was only a $15 thing. It wasn't a big, like.
It's what? It is a big thing. No.
What I mean is you didn't miss out on like the last. Like we didn't just break the bank. It's still working.
Right.
I just shared the StreamYard with Facebook and YouTube. If anybody wants to join us live, you're more than welcome to. You can use video, audio, or you can just text us in the chat. So yeah, we're working on the funding, and I happen to know for a fact that there is a gentleman who's trying to back $50 tier, and he's having some issues. I actually contacted Kickstarter this afternoon to try to assist him.
What's going on? Do you know?
Come here. No, I don't know yet.
Okay.
But
that's all right.
You want to know who it is?
Is it somebody I know?
Not yet.
Oh, okay.
It's It's Captain Anthony Ora Santos.
Ooh, the good old captain is trying to back us, huh? That's awesome.
I'm hoping he'll join us so we can have some fun, but I don't know if he will. I know that the internet really isn't his gig, and he may not feel so comfortable jumping in, but I offered him anyways.
That's okay.
Because I think that would be cool. So many people have no idea who I'm talking about when I say that, including you. You have like just a vague knowledge No.
Right.
Oh,
But
I gotta stretch a little. Oh, sorry, I'm sore.
I'm like, are you okay?
I'm just tired. I'm working on Cyclopean number 2,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm burning the candle at both ends.
Mm-hmm.
But it is coming along nicely.
It is coming along wonderfully. I love it.
Yeah.
I love what you're doing with the story, and yeah.
We had a bounce back from the printer.
I've got another one?
No, not another one. I'm
Okay.
telling the people about it. The people,
Okay.
the viewers.
The
But
viewers,
it was
yeah.
a minor fix, and went ahead and did it, and I'm very
Okay.
happy with it now.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, well, it's always scary when I get that email. Hey, there's a problem with your file, and it happens every book. There's always some
Right.
tweak that they want, but yeah, it wasn't bad this time.
I don't know. I'm just stunned. I'm like, oh wow. Like I thought we were at 366 when I checked this morning.
Yeah, no, we're a little higher.
A little bit higher. That's okay.
Yeah.
That's all right.
Yeah.
Every little bit comes. So last night, we had loads of fun on Cross Comics. Rick is a super cool host. Very funny guy, very smart guy. He's got his own stuff going on. I can't wait for his stuff to come out so we can back him. What's going on? Oh, yeah. Oh, this is cool.
These are just some of the pages that are coming to Cyclopean 2.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, it's about all of them. Down here where you see the black and whites, those are the ones in progress.
Yep. Those are the ones you have to color.
You see the color, like,
right.
I'll just show you a couple. This is nearly finished. That's the splash page for the opening. Now, this isn't in the comic book form, so I can't just flip pages. This is actually in the art.
Right. This is in your art file, right?
Right. Let's see. Which one can we
you know the page 16?
Page 16.
Yeah. Has little page numbers on it. Nope.
That is page 16.
Then I mean page 18. Sorry. I was gonna teach you what you can't see. What's going on there, dude? Wait. Stop. Wait. Oh, maybe it's not it. I don't know what page I saw. You have to go back to the full view. It's the one with Cyclopean's eye, and he's so sad. I think it's
because he's not sad there.
Yes, that's not the one though. That's when he was scowling. I don't know what I'm talking about. Never mind. I think I'm.
Hang on, I'll show you my favorite ones so far if I can find it quickly.
Sounds
it's
good.
Not complete. It's not colored, but if you look up here, yeah, I love that one. He's about to make contact with the octopus.
I haven't seen this one yet, actually.
No, I just finished.
This is the one you were talking about, where he gets all like emotional and like, "Oh, dude,
yeah, they actually have
you're just a baby. It's just he's just a baby."
That's right. After he gets trashed.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, because the baby's pretty big, so
right.
I'll show you that real quick. Let's see.
Right.
And here you can see the baby throws Cyclopean into a tower, in which destroys the tower and ultimately much of his costume.
Now, this is going to sound crazy, but you show me these, obviously I see your work as you're doing it, and then you'll say, "Hey, look at this, hun." I'm like, "Oh, that's cool." But until they're colored and they're actually completed, it just looks like a bunch of lines, scribbly lines to me. Just saying.
You're so crazy.
I know, but I'm being truthful. I really am.
Yeah, you wouldn't do too well with black and white comics.
Probably not. You're right.
Crazy face. Just pick a face and pull a voice and let crazy face do the rest.
What are you doing? You're starting this again. Stop.
I'm having fun.
We have. Well, I mean, I have no idea. You're catching up on the chat, are we?
I'm trying to, yeah. And I have to click it. When I click it up here, I can read it. If I don't click it there, I can't read it because the type is too small on my screen, and I refuse to wear glasses on video.
Why? You're so silly.
Because I look terrible.
Why would you? No, you don't.
I
Oh my
do.
gosh, you're so
Let me
bad.
show you. Let me show you. Okay.
You look very handsome.
Okay, now.
I think you look very
Let's see.
handsome.
B24, G42. I'm playing bingo. Get it?
Yes, I get it.
Yeah, we
You're
have glasses
very
on when
funny.
we do it. Yeah, I'm not that funny.
Well, you're funny to me. That's all that matters. You know that, right? Hey,
Yes,
hey,
that's all
there's
that matters.
Rick from Cross Comics. You made
Hey,
it, bud.
Rick, what's up, brother?
Thank you for joining us. I just tweeted it too. I tweeted the stream. Not that it matters because I don't have a ton of people following me, but I copied it from in the comments. I hope that was the correct thing to do, Christopher.
A totally great day. It's like totally awesome.
It's totally awesome.
It's like totally awesome. Oh, like seriously.
So we had a situation.
His hair does look great, but it's not going to stay that way. It is growing back.
Growing. Yeah, it's like Play-Doh. It's like pushing the bottom of a Play-Doh animal or doll. And
like the grow a hair Play-Doh.
It actually has come out pretty quickly. I was a little surprised myself at how full it still is.
I know.
Every time I've ever shaved my head, I think it's going to have issues coming back, and it never does.
No. Hello, the Gray Council.
Hello,
welcome.
Gray Council. Welcome.
Thank you so much for joining us.
It's very cool to have you all. I wanted to run the message I sent back to well-read reviews. So for those of you who don't know,
oh my gosh,
we had Cluster Fudge for Phil last month and went out.
Yeah,
and
it did. That was the great hair escape.
Right. Well-read reviews reviewed the comic, and they were very mixed. So I addressed some of the issues in a video response that's about 1.5 minutes, 2 minutes long. Do you want to watch it?
Sure. Why not?
Just put you on the spot, right?
Yeah, of course. This is cool. A response to well-read comics review on Cluster Fudge. Oh my God, you added music. Thank you guys. Well-read review comic book. Raw truth concerning Cluster Fudge. Cluster Fudge is my first attempt at a mature comic and my 9th comic since I started making comics in 2009. Your feedback is invaluable, and we will rate heavily on my future products as also feedback. Goes so fast. I felt deeply moved by the things that were said during your review, and I really want to respond to some of it. The most important thing I learned from your review is that I should not have released Cluster Fudge as a 40-page book. I should have made it 80 pages. I left the readers in a very dark place without any of the journey back up the ladder, and I'm sorry about that. You were really sorry about that. You were like, oh my God, I didn't even think of that.
Yeah, I regret leaving anybody in a negative state when they read a book of mine.
Yeah.
It wouldn't render the level of darkness any less dark, but it would change the aftertaste a bit.
Yes, it would.
As a writer, I tend to swing the pendulum far and wide. I always aim to go as dark as I can, so when we go back to the light, it's more substantial.
True enough.
As I just acknowledged, issue 1 just leaves the reader in the shadows. I didn't realize how sharply the depictions would cut into the reader. While I wanted to create the tone of gritty darkness, I was surprised at how effectively the book actually does that. As I grow, I hope to learn some restraint and control in these regards. To clear up some confusion. Yeah, I don't necessarily need to read that part.
Well, yeah, we do, because that was a big contention with one of. Listen, that was a big contention with somebody, and one of our family members bought the book, and like, how did they even get that? Like, it doesn't say that. So to clear up some confusion, Cluster wasn't caught with his wife's corpse. Oh my gosh, he was masturbating to a video of an encounter with his wife when she had been alive, filmed without her knowledge. So basically, this pervert Cluster was filming his wife as she was doing whatever, showering, I don't know what, because it doesn't say. And he was, going back, and, she's passed away 3 years, and he's like, I miss her, I need to, I just don't get it.
And he got caught,
anyway.
and
Okay.
As the story notes, the adult kids freaked out over it, but later calmed down and tried to reach out. Cluster rejects the kids because somewhere in all his filth there is some sense of self-awareness. He is like a man unclean, contagious, and filled with bad things.
Yes.
the main point I'm taking away from the video is that I have come a long way from the first issue of Hero Shack Sandbox, and I still have a long way to go.
True enough.
But I've made it onto the Well-Read Review Show, and I enjoyed being paired with Astro and The Room. That was a great idea. Now, he clarified he didn't mean to compare me to The Room. He was comparing me to a movie called Crash.
Yes, Crash. Yes.
And Crash is a very dark body horror type of movie, from what I understand.
Yeah,
so
it is.
It's Cluster Fudge basically seemed to strike them as a horror depression type book. So I wanted to address that.
It is, and I remember when you were creating this story, you were in a really kind of funky.
Yeah, well, when you do a work this dark, it puts you in a weird place.
And you kept saying that. You kept saying, I got to get this book done. I can't feel like this much longer. Yeah. It's making me really, I remember that. That was crazy.
It's also impossible to escape the irony that closing of the chat was golden, considering Cluster Fudge's head-shaving connection to the Trash Compactor show. So for those who don't know, there was some drama going on, or is drama going on, with the Trash Compactor show. And they were mentioned at the end of the stream. It was kind of funny because they also ended up mentioning Preston Poulter and the White Lily, which is a weird connection to me too. And they didn't mention them because of me. So all these things came up kind of coincidentally. And I was just sitting there going, yeah, God's telling me something here. I'm not sure what. He's telling me something.
That was crazy.
Well, I hear Cape Fatigue and everyone's expectations, I can guarantee, as dark and crazy as Cluster Fudge is, Cyclopean is not another superhero cape story. Cyclopean goes beyond that stereotype. Again, I thank you all. Bravo. I recommend your show to all my friends.
It was a very good show.
Another well-reviewed comic creator, Christopher Tamulevich. Creator of Cluster Fudge, the darkest comic ever reviewed on Well-Read Comics Review.
Yeah. That was probably
their show. It's really awesome, especially if you if you just want to get a hint about what a book is about and see if you want it, or maybe you don't want it, but you want to know more about it. Some people watch just to see what the outrage is.
Right. But I got to tell you, even though the book is dark, I already know the ending somewhat. I already kind of understand the way the plot's going to go and where the characters are going to end up. So it's dark like this for a reason. And I think, I just wanted to point that out. So I noticed that Grey Council is challenging anybody who said he'll match if somebody wants to do. I'll match 60 and someone else here. If someone else here,
oh, wonderful.
back
so
60
he's actually
right
talking
now.
About backing the Great Cyclopean.
Yes.
Yeah, he'll match anybody for 60 right now. So if anybody out there is holding off on their backing, now's the time.
There you go. That would be very cool. I think, okay.
In the last week here, this is usually when we do our best. And we're already so close. I'm like,
we are
Lord,
so close.
So great.
Knock, knock. Who's there?
Did I crash and burn? No, I didn't crash and burn, but the movie Crash, I guess, deals with people who
have a fetish,
sexually stimulated by car accidents. It's a movie about a mental illness.
But it's automobile crash injuries.
Right.
It's not the actual, well, it's the crash, but they yes. It's a very, it's just.
You're stumbling over your words, but yes, it's a very dark movie.
Yes, thank God there's another whole book coming, Pirate. There's another whole book.
Yeah.
Thank you.
We're hoping to launch by not hoping. We will have it out by October, but it may be a little sooner. We're gonna finish up Cyclopean 2. I'm gonna turn out Cluster Fudge 2, and then we're gonna go right back into Cyclopean, hopefully in time for the Christmas season.
Yes, but
that would be pretty exciting.
I think that Cluster Fudge, the story is dark, yes, but the ending is going to be amazing. Chris, are you tired tonight? You're trying to hide your yawn.
I am hiding behind it.
What is going on with you? You're such a goofball.
I just need to catch my second wind.
I'm trying to not let everybody know I'm yawning because you've got this big, huge.
Well, you want to know the truth, so I might as well just come clean with you guys and let you know. I've been in a rut now. I go to sleep between 9 and 10, and then I wake up about 3 in the morning, and I start drawing until I have to go to work at 8.
Yep.
And then I work 8 hours.
And then he comes
Yeah,
home.
and then I come home and try to draw some more.
And we've been doing streams, which we're very thankful. Thank you. And Rick is amazing. He gave me a list of people to contact, and I have sat on it. And we're at this place now where it's like, oh, I got to reach out to them. But I haven't yet, and I'm going to. I was going to do this in the morning, and I woke up.
You're horrible.
I don't know. I am. Well, I'm working.
I would fire you, but you're so valuable.
You can't fire me.
I fire you all the time.
You do fire me all the time. It's not a good thing. It's terrible.
It's not a bad thing. It's more a joke than anything.
Yeah, well, if you really fired me, it would be very sad.
Or a change of scenery. Try making eye contact and talking to her, or taking her to another room.
He thinks he's funny, guys. You can tell him this is not funny. He thinks putting these silly videos in the middle of, and it's usually when I'm talking, not cool at all.
I just noticed Rick is back there too. Hi, Rick.
Yeah, that's why he was saying knock knock.
I thought he was saying knock knock because I wasn't paying attention to his asking if I crashed and burned.
No, he's been sitting in the back room. Oh, Chris, stop!
I'm so full of poop. I'm so sorry.
Well, last night after I got done my show, I ended up going on my friend Tank Ferret, who's in that list of yours, and I plugged Cyclopean a bit.
Thank you.
Thank you. I love it when people do that because it's, you know, as well as I do. Because for those who don't know, Cross Comics makes comics. They're an established little independent publisher as well, and it's hard to get the word out. And I've noticed that maybe my low follower count on Twitter affects that. Because some people, you know, like their books are in the same range as my books, and they'll put them up and be funded in 24 hours. And I know that has a lot to do with personality and how far your network reaches out.
Yes.
And, we still haven't done a great job of building that, but in part it's because I'm doing so much artwork. Like
it's my fault.
Understand. It's not your fault because I resist every stream right up until we get in it. I'm like, oh, I gotta work. And then once I'm in there, I'm fine. But it really is weird to pull off the board. And I understand why.
Yeah. The hardest part in promoting is, especially if you're crowdfunding, is trying to do your art and be out there promoting, because a lot of times you have to put the art to the side a little bit while you're out there promoting, especially if you want to be on as many shows as possible.
Yeah, that's true. And it's weird for me because I don't know how to shut it off. Like even last night when I was in your show, I was sketching on the side, you know, I'm like going at it still. And it's not really the healthiest approach, but I don't know what else to do with myself sometimes.
Well, unfortunately, some shows are a lot more in depth, so it helps. Mine was a lot more laid back, so
I enjoyed the heck out of it, though. That was, you know what? Even if we didn't have a comic book, it was just fun to hang out with you and talk.
Yeah,
and it was neat because I felt like I was in your house.
It was very cool.
Like we were right there in your studio. I'm like, ooh.
Yeah. I did say at the beginning of the show that we were on your stream last night, Rick, and you were a fantastic host. You're very kind, and you did a great job. I love the questions that some of the viewers were asking you to ask us, especially like the best question I thought of the night personally out of all the questions was, so why should we back your comic? Because that really stops us to think about, like, why should we? You know, why should they rather?
That wasn't a chat. That wasn't a question from the chat. The one guy that you're contacting, John Dillard, Dillard Draws, or when you contact him, if you contact him,
I'm going to.
Yeah, I have to do something with my management team.
But one of the first, I phrased it wrong, I know, but something like that is like one of the first questions he asked. You know, I got you on my show. Why the hell are you on my show? You know what? You know, something to that effect.
Give us a pitch so we can understand what you're doing here, right?
Yeah.
Why should I buy this stupid comic book? And then you got to sell it.
Or why should I be wasting my time interviewing you?
That's actually a good question too, you know?
Yeah.
I think you're not talking much tonight.
Oh, you guys were talking. Who, me?
Hi, how are you?
I'm multitasking. I'm sorry. I'm trying
I
to
could
do
tell
my
that
day.
I'm bugging you. I heard a little key ticking.
Yeah, Larissa came. Didn't realize we were on a stream.
Okay?
She just came, yeah, she's fine. She just came to chit chat for a minute. She's like, "Oh, I'm sorry, Mom. I didn't know." Our daughter, who has her little apartment downstairs, came to chit chat. But like, nope, I'm busy. I'm doing work. Actually, this is not work. This is enjoyable. You know, to be honest with you, this is a lot of fun.
Hey, nobody ever said work can't be enjoyable.
This is true.
So we are still. I just checked. We're still at 381.
Okay.
I'm concerned that one backer is having issues. The one guy.
Huh.
Captain Santos. That bothers me.
I
don't know.
Kickstarter's screwing up. I know a lot of times if you're backing for the first time.
And he doesn't have an online presence.
Right. So I'm thinking the bank may have a warning there for him to confirm that he ordered something. But it's hard to know, you know, and Kickstarter doesn't really give the creator enough insight to look and go, oh, yeah, your account is logged here or your account did that. You know, I don't know why it's not going through. And they don't give me any tools to be able to help people. So I did contact them and hopefully I'll have word back from them soon. Because I hate to let anybody down. That's just wrong.
Well, the worst case scenario at that point, you know, as long as you fund, you say, okay, well, you know what the price is. Just PayPal me the money and I'll send you the comic.
Yeah, and to be honest with you guys, just to let you know, because I wanted to surprise you, but I don't think he's going to make it tonight. This gentleman is my best friend from childhood, and he's actually the inspiration for the mentor of Cyclopean in the comics. Let me see. His face actually was just on. He is not coming up because now he's back in the rotation. But if you see this little guy in the bottom left with the suit on next to the big eyeball, that's Tony. That's Tony teaching Cyclopean how to tie his own tie. Because every agent needs to know so many things. Gosh, she is all over you, honey.
She's ridiculous. And if I don't, and she's purring, you can't.
Yeah,
and if you don't do that, if I don't do that, she'll just be annoying. All right, go down, little girl. That's it. You've had enough. And now I'm covered, and it's okay. Anyway, as we are having this wonderful conversation, Christopher.
I didn't do nothing.
Holy
I got something in my eye.
Listen, we got. I don't know how many people are watching, but they don't want to see you yawn. Come on now. Pull it out.
We're having a very good night. We have about 3 viewers right now.
There you go.
And it has fluctuated up to 5, and now it's at 4.
That's
it's kind of cool.
I'm one of them.
In StreamYard, you can see the viewers, not the names, but you can see the numbers. And I think it's the total from all the services. So right now we're streaming live across 2 channels on YouTube and 1 Facebook channel. Yay.
I know. That's very cool.
Problem is I can't see the Facebook chat. I don't know if you can.
You've got it on Hero Shack, right?
I've got it on Hero Shack and on Chris. Terry, brother, what's up?
Hey, Terry.
He says, pay attention. I must have missed something.
Yeah, there's no surprise there.
I've been trying to keep up with the chat. What did I miss?
Thanks,
wait, he's not sitting in the back room, is he? No, okay.
I don't think so.
I thought I might have done that to him too.
I'm too broke to pay attention.
I feel a little broken tonight. I'm just like, hi Terry.
Well,
how are you?
I think what you missed, me coming into the back room, because you had your video on when I came in.
Yeah. Well,
so that noise overpowered.
When you said knock knock, I thought you were talking like I missed a chat. I'm like, oh, what do you mean knock knock?
Yeah, well then your wife said about it, and then I said me backstage.
Yeah.
Yeah, I need to sharpen my eyeballs here or something.
Like wear glasses might be helpful. Just saying.
I look
Just
stupid.
a thought. You don't look stupid. Who cares?
Oh,
it does not matter. I don't. He's like, where are my glasses? Speaking of my glasses, but now you can see things, right?
I am the old man behind the camera.
Oh, God.
You're the old man in the mountain.
Yeah, kind of like the old man in the mountain. There you go.
He's no longer in existence.
I know.
And in my book, I actually kind of play with that and make Cyclopean responsible for that.
Oh, Greg Council says to check the campaign.
Check the campaign, Christopher.
I'm on it. Hang on.
All right.
So,
I know.
Don't.
Woohoo!
Thank you.
Thank you. Wow, guys. That's awesome.
$34 away.
Yeah, we can do this. We can do it. We can do it.
So I have to be honest. I'm very, very grateful, but I always feel very bashful when we get backers.
What?
It's like,
what is wrong with you?
I don't know. I always feel like, oh my gosh, thanks. That's so awesome.
It is awesome. You've worked really, really hard on this, and it's a great story.
Well, I can't wait.
I know I'm biased, but it is a great story. Well, I know Pirate liked. I hope I'm hoping we're saying that right. Pirate. That's how I look at it. If it's not, I apologize. But she liked.
I like the other way you said it too. That was nice. The other way you said
it.
Thank you, Greg Council. By the way.
Oh my gosh, that's awesome.
Thank you.
Thank you for sharing the link. And yes, this is beautiful.
It's awesome. And I'm sure we're going to make it, especially now. Gosh.
Oh yeah, 100%.
In the last couple of days, you guys have really come through and brought the totals up, which has been mind blowing.
I know. Monday I'm going to be getting the PDF version. So.
Oh, cool.
Very cool, man. I appreciate that too.
That's fantastic.
I'm so excited. Like, I can't wait to get this out. And then the kicker will be issue 2, where the real battles start. And I'm having a ton of fun with that.
And you get to learn a little bit more about Cyclopean, right?
Naturally. Yeah. Well, and his personality is starting to bleed into the book because, after you do so many pages, people start to know the character.
And he is a cool creation.
I think so.
Honest to goodness, when we did, I don't have my little dolls down here. When we did the little dolls at the last, I don't know, it was the last Comic-Con. Honestly, people love them, and we weren't selling them because they were just handmade by myself. And it is. I wish we had Chris show one. Show what?
You're looking for the Cyclopean doll?
Yeah, show one of our little Cyclopean dolls. I'm looking to have them created for the big show that we're going to the end of July into August at the Mohegan Sun in Connecticut. He's just a little stuffy that I hand sewed. We have a pattern, and I did a pattern.
Yeah, the real one's going to be much better, I suppose. But this is
the original be bigger
costume with the big C.
It's kind of funky with the lighting, but it's okay.
Well, and he's faded. This thing is now over a year old, and because he was made by hand, he was printed on an inkjet.
Yeah,
and then sewn together. And yeah, it shows, but it's an awesome thing to have in the house. And
it's very awesome.
Let's see that again. I missed it.
So we have Cyclopean in the front.
And he's about what, 5 inches, 4 inches,
and Hero
maybe?
Check in the back. He's about 4.5 inches.
Yeah, he's just a tiny little doll.
Yeah,
he's just goofy and all that. But I wouldn't sell him because there's way too many imperfections. But I was trying to get some sort of
prototype.
Prototype to see if people would like it. And we had a lot of oh my gosh, he's so cute. We'll definitely do it.
She did make a couple of 8-inch ones that we ended up giving away to kids.
And wait a minute. The Hero Shack book that we did, remember I sold it. That was one of the perks. And I made one for that poor guy, and it took me forever. I'm so sorry. I kept having to redo it because I wanted it to be perfect. Like every time I sewed it, then my sewing machine broke on me, and I had to go get that fixed. I'm like, oh, I will never do this for a
Next time
project
we're going to be
again.
ordering them. Yes.
Yeah, never, ever, ever. That was way too stressful for me. Just saying.
But I have been looking at 3D printers. I would love to start making our own action figures. It's just not very feasible.
It's not very feasible right now. Exactly.
Yeah. Oh, look at that, man. He's got one.
That is so cool.
Yeah. Now, did you do that on your own printer?
No, I do not have a, well, I do have a 3D printer. It's just not working. Actually, somebody we know actually made this up for me. And I was selling these on my first campaign. Unfortunately, these are no longer available.
Right.
Me and the person that designed it have had a falling out. More on the fact that he suddenly wants nothing to do with me. And
right.
I've tried to get the file, send an email to get the files off him, and he's just not even responded back. But so it's now a limited quality. Only one person got one, but I do have like for sale because somebody ordered one of my minis versions. And the person ended up sending me 2 minis and 1 medium-sized one. So you're muted. You muted, Chris.
I was saying those are about the size that I would like to see for ours. Like if we were to do a 3D printed one.
Mm-hmm. Those are cool.
So, like the small one I've got for sale for like $45 and I don't know, $75 for the medium size. Since they're the last of them,
right?
And this one's not for sale because
that's going to be your trophy one, right?
Yeah. Only one other person has one this size besides me.
And I know I've worked on printers before.
I've got it signed too.
Holy cow!
And a creator.
Well, I know that had to have taken some time to print. Like, at least the printers we used or that we use at the school, that would probably be a good 6 to 8 hour print at least.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All the supports and stuff. And have you ever seen a 3D printed item, Diana?
Have I what?
Have you ever seen a 3D printed item?
Yes, Christopher.
No, I mean with all the supports on it.
Yeah,
so when
you made some, remember?
There's
and I'm in the middle of using Blender to start creating my characters in it, so I can, hopefully get stuff ready, and I might even try and do some short animations with it.
Heck yeah.
That's awesome.
I know it can be used for a lot of things. Yeah, we're working on it. I don't know how long it's going to take other than, well, like she's got people she's still got to call from last night.
Listen.
Being the manager.
Listen, that would be me. Throw me under the bus. I'm working on my little draft to send out to all those people that Rick gave me a week ago. And
I think that was like 3 weeks ago.
Yeah, it was a while ago. I remember my hair was about half an inch shorter when he gave them to you.
You know what happened? It's been a very busy June. I've had weddings to go to. I've had my birthday celebration that lasted forever.
Yeah.
Excuses.
I'm gonna have to send you down to HR for discipline.
Oh my gosh, that is fantastic! Did you just see what Gray Council put?
Wow, that is awesome.
That is really cool.
And see, that's what I'm talking about. 3D printers are so versatile. You can do so many things with them.
And they're super expensive, aren't they?
No, you can get one. Yeah, but you can get one for $500 or less that can do a decent size print. The thing that probably costs the most money is getting somebody to design something, you know, for you for that.
Yeah, or you have to do it yourself, which is much harder than it sounds.
Yeah,
I taught a class on it, and it was not easy to get, you know, people who aren't very familiar with it to make stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm starting to go through Blender, learning it. I've done a couple of short videos on it. You know, like I created this robot leg and spider type robot leg. And I'm in the middle of creating the Canadian shield again. So, you know, what else?
I think I saw you working on that in a video that you posted.
Yeah.
Yep. That was very cool.
I've put up about 3. I'm going to be, when I can get some more done, I've actually brought up, this is one that I did. Yeah, I got finger in here.
Did you see those prices that he flashed, honey?
Yeah.
Great Council shared. You can build one yourself for about $200, or a decent ender is like $300 to $500. I think he just needs a decent printer.
That's not horrible. I was thinking that they're like $3,000 and $4,000.
Oh yeah,
they can go that high.
They do.
Well, if you want one that high, you can get one, and you know it depends on what you're sculpting. If you're making like a prototype machine, you know, where there's screws and intricate body moldings and stuff, you're going to want something that prints a little more precisely, so you'd have to pay a little more, I'm sure.
So what's this cool thing that's on the screen now? I don't know.
This is my, before I did my Canadian Shield one, back, I don't know, 6 months, a year ago, I started working on my character here, Toxico, to try and get a 3D representation, especially for his head. His head is really whacked in learning how to draw it. I never got to paint it, so I'm probably going to be painting him soon because I've learned more about the painting.
Right.
You know, technically, there are people that use 3D modeling programs to do comics now, too. That's not exactly my style, but I can understand the attraction to it, especially for writers, for instance, who don't draw at all. This could be a great tool to get their ideas out and down. It's just not something I've ever done, you know, for a comic. When I started playing with Blender, I did it mostly because I wanted to make a 3D animated opening, and I've never gotten much further. Like, I figured out enough about the timeline to be dangerous. That was about it, you know?
Yeah.
I love the colors in this, by the way, bro. The green is just vibrating.
Yeah, well, it's supposed to be, you know, Canadian Shield just walking down the edge of the road, and, you know, the angel appears out of his portal that he meets him by, you know. So it's just, you know, off the side of, you know, like a road, highway type thing. Like, I'm not sure how to. It'd be about an 80-kilometer road highway, which isn't like a freeway 100-kilometer, which would be, I think, your 50 or 60 miles an hour. Be something just down from that. You know, something between a city street and that.
Right.
So, you know, there's probably forest. I've got it so there's forest like off to the side or whatever, you know, after the grass or whatever.
So I can't help this, but I have to say, Terry, how are you, man? You're so quiet.
I'm all right.
Good to
I know
hear.
he is. He's busy drawing, I bet.
I am.
I do that a lot when I'm listening to streams. I won't go into the stream. I'll just sit in the chat and draw. But then people don't know that I went and visited them, you know?
This is what I'm drawing.
Oh, sweet.
I'm coloring it.
Cool.
Nice.
Yeah.
Oh, I love that. Can you show that again? Show that again, Terry. That is really cool. I love the colors in that.
I'm in the middle of coloring.
Now, what are you using for coloring on that? Like, what kind of is it a felt tip pen or
markers.
a marker?
Alcohol markers. Yeah.
That's really cool. Very nice. Ah! He's so funny. I think it's great. That's awesome.
Yeah, don't be so humble, man. Listen to who's saying that too, though. I know what you mean. It's easy to be humble, and it feels good to be humble.
Yeah.
Part of selling is confidence, and I still don't. I have confidence, but I don't know how to project it properly.
So I put in the chat, is there a name brand you would recommend? And I forgot to put like for a 3D printer. People might read that like a name brand and what? So
I can tell you, I used Dremel printers myself, and I didn't like the leveling of the plate. I had to do it manually, and after we had them for about a year, they seemed to start screwing up tremendously, and that was I attempted calibration and stuff.
This was what I was doing during the God chat.
Oh, very nice.
Oh, that's really cool.
I was copying the cover of Richard Dragon.
I see this. I like that.
But yeah,
Very
so
cool.
all I was saying though is Dremel, I didn't like at least the model that we had in school. So I don't know where I would want to turn. I don't think I'd want to get another Dremel. We could try building our own at the price of $200. That doesn't sound too bad.
Well, I suppose.
You just need to really know what you're doing. But I'm sure there's a bunch of YouTube videos that you can watch to tell you. Tell you how to build.
Getting the consumables, which are always very expensive compared to what you might think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey,
shoot,
guys.
Look, it's Daddy Lunga. I don't know how to say your name for sure, but I've heard you a million times. How are you?
Lunga's fine. I am the Great Council too. If you don't remember the channel, that's me.
I didn't know what that was. Thank you.
No problem. I want to help out. I want
so this is the guy with the greatest voice in comics. What's that?
Oh yeah, thank you. No, I just wanted to say, some people were talking about 3D printing. I figured why not do some show and tell?
Oh my God, that'd be great! Wow, look at that.
Because he was 3D printing. He made the suit, the armor, and
yeah, he did say that. Yeah. Which I can't even believe you made an entire costume out of using that. That's crazy.
Here's the helmet.
What?
Oh, that's beautiful.
That is.
And I did it in my channel colors. Obviously, I did it kind of Beskar with the purple. So there's the helmet, and this isn't like film. It's like a welder mask.
Oh, sweet.
Tint. I got the pads and everything on the inside.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah. So that's the.
So not only did you print it, but it's wearable, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Cosplay. Now,
so
mind you,
sweet.
just so you guys know, it doesn't come out the printer like this.
Yeah.
There's all the serrations, all the lines. There's a lot of sanding, bondo, resanding, rebondoing.
It's a lot of work.
Resining and then priming and painting. And
how many parts did you print that in?
I actually have mine. Like I said, mine is one of those DIY ones. I got it for $200. It's an ANET A8 Plus. But I also upgraded. I got like a better motherboard. The parts are actually amazingly cheap for the printers. But I got a new motherboard, new stepper drivers to make it a little bit better. And the bed is 300 by 300, so I could do this in one shot.
No, that's just 300 centimeters or 300 millimeters?
Yeah. 300 centimeters by 300 centimeters by 350 high.
That's huge.
So it's just big enough to do this whole helmet in one shot. Now I did like the ears and the vent in the back. I printed separately just for ease of painting, and then glued those on. But the helmet itself, it does it in one shot.
That is so sweet because I remember that was one of the things we hated. Everything you printed, you had to put together if you made anything bigger than 4 inches.
With some stuff, it's still better. It still behooves you to do it separately because you just get a better quality. And
it's like the statue I showed you. He printed that in each different parts separately, just because it could only print one color. So he printed the red stuff separately, the white stuff, and the gray.
The breastplate.
That's got to be a breastplate. Yeah.
Wow.
Hang on, I gotta bring you in bigger. Why are you so small? There we go.
I know. I was gonna say, can we get like a bigger view of that?
Oh my gosh!
And I absolutely love the colors. Purple's my favorite color. Look at that.
I mean, as you can tell, purple. I like purple. So.
Yeah, I love. I'm like Chris. Look at his studio. This is amazing. I love it.
What was that again? One print or several?
Yeah, one print. I was able to do
Holy
it standing. I did
cow.
it standing up like this.
Yeah.
With just a little bit of a lean to it and the supports, and just printed straight up.
Yep.
That's
so. I was
cool.
trying to
This is a
explain
little-
supports to Diana. Oh, that is so sweet, man. Is
And
that
I've
paint
never-
that you're using to make those little
Yeah.
red balls?
It's an airbrush. I've before I got a 3D printer, I had never done it. I just bought one, messed with it for about 2 months or so, and got it down. Airbrush, never airbrushed in my life. Just bought an airbrush, started playing with it, and I learned how to airbrush. So, just so for people out there, if you're scared to try something like, oh, I can never do that, just
Don't
sit
say
down
that.
and do it.
Yeah.
Just sit down and do it. I mean, this little lightsaber, it's a Revan lightsaber.
Look at that thing. That is fantastic.
Yeah, and the stand I did too, 3D printed, but I put LEDs in there.
Wow,
Now
you
my
were so
kids would go
talented,
nuts.
guy.
When I
Oh.
say kids, I mean adults.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Like they went to Disney last year and came back with lightsabers and droids and everything. They would be eating that up alive. That is so cool.
Wow.
Oh, he's got a collection. Look at this.
He does. Look at this.
I couldn't
badass
fit them
stuff.
all in my case, so I got pieces of it everywhere. But yeah, this is the,
Wow.
Yeah, honey, we need to get a printer. We need a printer so bad.
You'd be a great
So, yeah.
salesperson for 3D printing.
I have the, like I said, I made an entire set. The biggest issue with it is actually transporting it.
I bet.
Yeah.
You need to make a
Anywhere.
suitcase for it.
I have this big case here. It's like, I mean, I'll show you. I have this.
Holy cow.
Holy
But it doesn't
smoke.
all. But even that, it doesn't all fit. Like the helmet doesn't fit in there.
Right,
I
yeah.
have to get like a hat key.
Like a hat case. Yeah,
Like
exactly.
a hat case for it or
Yeah.
something.
That's
Yeah,
awesome.
you're making all my geek whistles go
All
off. I
you
wanted
need
to
is
do
that.
that.
All you need is Tony Stark's briefcase.
With all the cool
Now
stuff.
that's a
This one
different
here-
helmet, isn't it?
Yeah. This one here is actually, I feel, is my crowning glory. It's a Darth Revan helmet.
Okay.
He of the lightsabers here, so it's Darth Revan from Knights of the Old Republic.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
man.
it's
Oh my
an entire
God, my
helmet.
son would be dying.
Like I put a chin strap in here for it to sit on right, but I had a little something else to it to where the mask, it's magnets.
Oh snap! Oh man!
What?
Yeah, so I can put this on. I put this on first, and
Yeah.
then if I'm walking around, I just want to be able to breathe freely. I take the mask off, and then when I want to put it on there, I just hook it on a little hole up there, and it.
And it just sticks.
Oh,
That's
sweet.
ingenious. That is fantastic.
Did you design all these models, or did you have to
No,
download them?
Yeah, I downloaded them. I didn't. There's some. I have designed a few things on my own. I use Fusion 360.
Yep.
So I've designed a few things, but it's mostly small things that are of a geometrical shape. Not something that I can like I wouldn't be able to do something like this because this is like art. You have like art skill to like
Right.
make this.
In the
and
class
that
that I
and
taught, I didn't teach any real blending. All we sculpting. All we really did was download models and print them that way.
Now this one, I did cut this one up because this one was one model.
Right.
And I cut it and designed it to do this.
Magnetic
the
feature,
little, the little hook and everything. I did cut that in. Wasn't
That
I
is
didn't
so
use
cool.
Fusion,
That's
I
like
used,
Iron
another
Man.
one. Yeah. There's some 3D printed Iron Man stuff. It's ridiculous. People got them motorized. Like there's guys who build the 3D stuff and it's actually motorized with servos. They push the button and it goes.
Wow.
Of course they did, right? They're gonna just keep going crazier.
That's crazy.
And he's got more. Look at him. He's looking for more.
And you guys were talking about stuff for campaigns. I wanted to do one for Isadora, but it's like the print time is so long on these things.
Yeah.
So it's like I didn't do a little Nyarlathotep that I was
No way.
going to do for my campaign.
Right.
As an add-on. Let me get the focusing here going.
Yeah, it's a little.
Oh yeah, there it
you
is.
go.
Yeah. Okay, there you go.
Yeah,
That's,
but it's,
that was
yeah,
That's
but it's like this
amazing.
bugger here took like, believe it or not, these small things sometimes takes longer than the big things.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, they're more detailed, I would think.
You
More
got to
detail,
do
right?
it with a smaller nozzle size and
Okay.
a slower speed, so it takes
Okay.
longer. But like this guy here took like 12 hours, I think.
Yeah, I believe it.
For this size. So I
We
mean,
gotta
I could do
get one
this,
of these. Oh my
But
gosh.
it's like if I did an add-on, if I gave it to like, oh, everyone gets this as a stretch goal. Yeah, then what if I have 100 backers? I got to do 100 of these.
Oh yeah, no,
Yeah.
you can't.
It's a
And you
100.
have to ship them without breaking them, right?
Right. Well, that's not that hard actually. You can get foam.
Right.
and it'd be
You can
fine.
get
But,
foam.
That's true. That's true.
but that'd be
Well, wait.
so many hours of printing. It'd be ridiculous.
Yeah, that would be a
But
lot.
the what you do probably for that maybe not make it a stretch goal, but make it like there's 10 of them that
Yeah.
a tier where there's just 10 or 15, and that's what you make or whatever you sell of it.
Yeah.
Yeah. That way they're paying for it. You're not making it a stretch goal.
Right.
And it's you include the shipping or whatever, in paying for the shipping and all that for it.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's a good way
In
to
the
get them out,
meantime,
I suppose. But I know what you mean. You want to get large quantities if you can.
Yeah, I mean, it's like you guys know George Gatsis.
Yeah.
I was joking.
Yep.
He does all that 3D printed shit, but George has like a bay. He has like 10 or whatever, how many freaking 3D printers, he has a bay of printers going. So he prints them all up. Each printer is doing different parts, and then he puts it all together. So I mean, when you have that many printers going, yeah, you can do it a lot quicker, obviously.
Well, yeah.
But yeah, with one printer, a little tight.
Check your thing. Check your thing.
Yeah. Check
Hang on, let me pull it up here. Hang on, I'm
take
going
me
to
off
share
full
the
screen,
screen
Chris.
before I refresh it. Where is the? Oh gosh. Now I'm confused.
Yeah, it's not the Great Council. You can take me off of full screen. People don't want to see my
I
mug
forgot
the whole
about
time.
that. Hang on one second.
He's like, I'm like still sitting here, guys.
Yeah. I mean, not that I
Thank
mind.
you
I can
so
sit here.
much.
I'll run the show if you want, but it's like I don't think people want to watch me the whole time.
Yeah, we got up.
Woo-hoo.
Yeah. Jazz Crab in your chat just said he just backs it floating. So that's what I said.
Yes.
Yeah, I popped it. Yeah, I popped it into Discord. Thank you, Jazz Crab.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, that was amazing. Chris, we need to get a 3D printer. I am absolutely.
Actually, Chris needs to bring himself back.
Yeah, no, I don't know where Chris went. Chris, did we lose you?
Uh-oh.
I could hear him upstairs going.
You did momentarily. Yeah, I bounced
What
myself
happened?
accidentally.
You're such an.
I went to refresh the thing and I hit the wrong. I was in the wrong tab, so it didn't work.
Oh, you're so funny.
I'm just stunned. Now we're at 29.
Yeah, that's awesome.
But yeah, I didn't notice you asked in the chat before I came in. Is there a brand you would recommend? Like I said, mine is an ANET, and I'm a DIY guy. I'm handy. I know how to build things, put it together, and everything. So it was for me to do it. And there was a lot of trial and error, troubleshooting, to get it going. For you guys not knowing much about it, I wouldn't go that route just because there's a lot involved with it. Unless you're really super. If Chris is really handy and he wants to do it,
He actually is very tech savvy. It's
I mean,
kind of scary how tech savvy he can be.
Yeah.
But
if you feel comfortable, go ahead. Because like I said, it's moddable. You can like replace the motherboard. You can replace the driver. And if you go on down this rabbit hole of 3D printer YouTube channels, you will find every answer that you can think of. I downloaded the program to do the code to upgrade the firmware and all this. I mean, it's crazy.
Well, I have to tell everybody, I got a new coworker, and this poor guy, he is so much more tech savvy than I am. That if I ever have any problems, I'll just drag him down here for
there
lunch.
You go.
Say, hey, buddy,
he would love it.
The other thing, though, if you do want one that right out of the box works and has typically, because they are going to have issues. Like you'll every time you do printing, you're going to have some prints that fail. It's going to happen.
Right.
But the ones that come out with the least issues are usually pretty easy to work with. Is the Enders.
Enders, okay.
So that's the brand name. I thought maybe that was a typo.
That's the brand name, Ender 3.
Okay.
I can tell everybody out there, Dremel did not make me happy. I don't even know if they're still making them.
Right.
And maybe it was just because I'm picky, but I did not like the Dremels at all. I actually have two of them sitting in a building doing nothing because the firmware update just kind of, I don't know. We haven't gotten a good print since they did the firmware. So
Dremel, the multi-tool company?
Yeah, they made 3D
They made
printer.
a 3D printer? No, I don't do that.
That's of course they made a printer. Yeah. They're like
all they did, honestly, they didn't design it. All they did was probably outsource parts for it because I can tell you the parts are actually not that cheap, and then slap their name on it.
Mm-hmm.
That's exactly what I think they did. Yeah.
Because all the parts, believe it or not, they all come from China, just like everything else.
I know.
You know, like all the other ones too. You know, it's like, oh look.
Wow.
They used to do that in the 80s and 90s. Well, they've always done it, I guess, with radios.
They're definitely doable. I'm already on like looking. I'm so bad.
Yeah, you know what? You need to contact those show hosts before you start buying 3D printers.
I am. I actually have a nice little like a write up, and I'm going to start twittering them or what do they call DMing? I don't even know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to be sending that
You
off.
really are new to this social media stuff, huh?
I am very new to it. I'm trying. You have no idea.
They named it for you. It's called Diana Message, and you all use Diana Message, so you can feel really comfortable.
If you're looking
so
for
bad
programs to design for 3D printing, try Autodesk Sculpt. It's a 3D sculpting app.
Autodesk Sculpt.
No, I haven't heard of Sculpt, but we were using Autodesk in the class, and these were elementary school kids, so we ended up using something called Tinkercad, which I believe also comes from Autodesk. It's their junior version.
Yeah, but you just download a bunch of stuff there.
Yeah, that's what they were doing, and then like they would add their name to a keychain, or some kids would just mess it up and try to print it, and you get this odd shaped thing, and it would be like, "What's that?" And he'd have an explanation, but you wouldn't be able to see it, not for the life of you. But that's kind of the nature of kids' creativity, anyways.
Right.
Wow. So we are at 9:30. We've been on an hour. We're just shy of fulfilling, and we have 6 days, so I'm sure we're going to do that. Thank you.
Yes, we are. Thank you, guys. Everyone who is taking the time to.
And now we just have to make sure we please the customers. That's the next step.
Well, I'm sure you will. You please them with the other ones. I've backed your other books, so you know.
Yeah, you have. You've been
brother.
right there. Thank you so much.
No,
and go ahead.
No, I was saying, I'm a creator too, and I back people that are good people and fulfill and put a lot of work in. And your goals are so low. It's like this guy deserves more. I mean, he's putting all this work in, and he has these little small goals. You know what I mean?
Well, you know how that is being a creator. I would do it for free. In fact, I was doing it for free before I discovered crowdfunding. And it's like I love making books. And every book we make, I know this sounds so cliche, but each one gets a little sharper, a little more professional, a little better. I think in another couple of years, we'll really be flying up there with the high end stuff.
We have our goals.
I wish I had your skill. I'm just a writer, so I have to hire artists. So
there you go.
I'm in debt every time I start a campaign. So,
they started that little survey about what's more important, writers or artists, and a lot of artists came up and said, "Oh yeah, just write your own stuff." It's not that easy.
God damn it!
It's not that easy.
I do not. I will not put down any artist who writes their own stuff. That's fine. Especially if you want to put a book out and you can't afford it, and you're like, I can write this on my own. I can figure it out. Do you, and the more you do it, the better you'll get.
Right.
Okay.
Yep.
However, this prevailing idea that writers are not important and anyone can just do it. Is garbage. Okay, because
garbage.
You could tell the difference in a story. Now, and the reason why some people don't care is because a lot of people back books, right? They're just art collectors. They just back it for covers. They just
for the covers, the art.
They don't even open it and read it.
Right.
Yep.
You know what I mean? So I for those backers, I get it. But if you're a creator and you think it's not that important,
well, the thing is, as I said in somebody's chat about this, is even if you write it, you've suddenly become the writer. Maybe you're not a good one,
right?
But you've just proven you need the writer.
And
otherwise, you got no story.
I started out with novels. Okay, my first crowdfund. This is my third one, so I'm 3 for 3 now. So knock on wood, I've been doing good. But the first one I did was a novel, fantasy novel, and it's supposed to be a series too. And I haven't got back to it because I didn't end up doing comics. But it's 100,000 word novel. 100,000 word plus. So I come from that world. Of writing. You know what I mean? And so once I got into this, it's like even no matter how good I think I am. And there's another thing that people don't do. They don't spend the money on a freaking editor. Get an editor.
Yep.
Don't ask your neighbor, who's a high school English teacher, to edit it. Don't get an editor. Spend the money on an editor.
Yep.
They will make your book so much better, even if you are a good writer.
Yep.
You need that, and it's just people.
And really, honey, we need to listen to that because we may want to get a real editor. Diana does all my editing, and it's really interesting because she doesn't know comics at all. And we do a weekly reading of whatever I've worked on for the week.
Right.
And
I am going to school for it.
I know, but you are in learning.
I am
learning
in school.
progress.
I am an English major.
Yeah.
My minor is creative writing, so I am.
But it's
there.
great to watch her. Like,
and I look at some of the writing, and I like, oh, Chris.
Hi, honey.
Can't.
But because
with you, it's a little different though, because you have a vested interest. I mean, it's you have a vested interest. This is your husband, so it's there's.
It's
but like
our company,
a friend or someone just.
But
hey,
she does
proof
something
this
very
for me.
because, because she doesn't know comics, I can see right away if my layouts are working or if my letter positioning is right, because she will follow it incorrectly if it's not done just right. And when she does that, she apologizes, and I'm like, don't apologize. You just pointed a serious issue. If a reader doesn't know enough to go to this balloon and they go to the one down here, it's because I screwed up the placement,
Right,
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
So there
And
are
Jazz
advantages to you not having experience.
Jazz Crab. This is because Jazz Crab does art too. Jazz Crab, no. When you're with crowdfunding, being a writer does not only mean you have to pay an artist. Okay,
Right.
Mind you, my book. Not everyone does this. My book. Who do you think did the layouts? My page artist didn't do the layouts. I wrote up the layouts.
Yeah.
I did the layouts. I did the writing. I have
Right.
to get cover artists. I had to get colors for some of the cover artists. I have to get an editor. I have to get a letterer. I have to run the campaign. I have to go on shows. I have to get the printer. I have to do the fulfillment. I do everything except draw it.
Right.
Okay.
Exactly.
So, no, there's a little more than just paying an artist when you're a writer.
Well, you're getting all these people to do a bunch of things, but you're paying them, just like the colorist, But yeah, I get what you mean. You got to do. I know what it's like. I am not a writer. Well, I've written my stuff, a lot of it. But I'm sort of the artist. But yeah, I'm a one-man show too. So
yeah. And again,
I think everybody in here is right now. Terry's one man. I'm one man. You're one man.
Yeah. And I know. I mean, most indie creators are, and that's fine. Just all I say is, don't think it's like not a big deal. It's like, I can just slap
it's a huge deal.
It's if you don't think you're proficient enough, don't just say, I'll do it.
Well, it cracked me up when I saw that, because I'm like, all you have to do, for me at least, if I go back and look at Chris Claremont and John Byrne, and then I go back and look at John Byrne work without Chris Claremont, it's still viable. It's still awesome. But Chris Claremont and John Byrne is so much better than John Byrne and John Byrne. It's like, if you can find a writer that you can work with, I don't know that there's a better thing to do. Even Jack Kirby, you look at him when he wrote, it was a nightmare. Yeah. He could draw, but man, it was a nightmare.
It was. I mean, and again, it's not saying, to me, it's just like, I don't like it being, the craft being diminished, like it's like the negligible or easy part of comic book creation, when it's not. Yeah, it's also really more expensive. I'm not independently wealthy, guys. When you're the artist, your time is valuable. Obviously, your time is worth money, but you're not taking anything out of your bank account. You're sitting down and drawing it. I have to take a risk, financial risk, and invest thousands of dollars without knowing this campaign is going to make it.
See, that's so crazy. Like, one of the things we do is, by keeping it all in house, we limit that loss.
Right.
Totally, it's mitigated. We don't have to worry about a darn thing. And yet, we are hiring our first artist real soon for the Kidclopian series, which is the kid version of Cyclopean. We're going to be looking at his childhood. And that's going to cost an arm and a leg. And I'm like, wow. But I know that by hiring her, I will get the look I want. Instead of me trying to look like what I want, she can actually pull it off. It's more up her alley.
Right.
Now, on my level, what I'm trying to do with Rubicon Comics, at least, I mean, I'm already talking to some of my artists. Now that I'm on issue 2, I'm creating a bit of a relationship now with artists and stuff like that. So it'd be nice to eventually bring in an artist to be part of Rubicon Comics, and we just do the campaign together. Right. That way it takes away a lot of financial risk, and you guys are in it together, and a lot of people do it that way, which makes it work out great. But I have to build those relationships first. I can't just expect to do that right out the gate. Someone just trust me, and say, yeah, sure.
Well, let's do this. What happens when people, rush out to it, especially with internet connections. All too often, people are getting screwed. So you got to be careful.
It's true.
You don't want to hire an artist who says he can deliver by August, and he meant 2 years from now in August.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, right.
2 years from now.
Well, there are some crowdfunders who take a really long time, and I'm not criticizing them because their fans don't seem to mind, but they take years to make a book. Yeah, it's pretty incredible.
But those are and this goes back to and listen, the customer is the customer. If the customer's okay with it, then the customer's okay with it. Right. But I can guarantee you, not all those customers are okay with it. I'm sure there's some that are very annoyed. And at the same time, a lot of people back to, especially nowadays with the way it is, there's a cult of personality. They're backing it for the personality, supporting that person. And it's like, when I get it, I get it. It's like they're just supporting that person. And it's like, if that's what they want to do with their money, more power to you. But it doesn't look good for the indie scene as a whole if there's this many projects not fulfilled.
Right.
Yeah, because people remember that, and it's not just they don't end up marking the individual creators; they mark the whole genre. Oh, you're an indie comic. Okay, maybe I won't get my book then, right? And it's like, no.
I was on Red stream the other day, and he Red said on his, I don't back books anymore because I can't trust anyone to fulfill. And we're like, well, there are people who do. You just gotta look for them.
I think the biggest thing is just to be consistent and not stop. Like once we get 20 books that have been crowdfunded on time, there won't be many people who will say, I don't know if you're going to do it. Well, no, I've got a history now. And
right.
Yeah. I've crowdfunded 2 books, a comic and a coloring book. The first one was a couple months late. That was because I had some problems getting my money off the Go. But my coloring book, I got the money off, no problem. And it was early.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah,
we've never been early, but that's because we go right up until the deadline. Right now, Cyclopean 1 is at the printers. Ooh, we did it before funding, which is always fun. But it's just the process is so incredibly.
Well, I'm not sure what you put your date at for Cyclopean 1, but that might mean you're early in delivering.
Yeah, I don't know that we'll be early ever because the way we do it, but I wouldn't mind being early, Diana.
What?
Can we be early this time?
Early.
See, I'm just
for
messing
what?
with you because I know you have no idea what I'm talking about. Early delivery on the book delivery.
But why would you do that?
I don't know. I'm just asking if we could.
We can, but I guess I don't know.
I'm tired and I'm messing with you. I really shouldn't do that.
I'm like, but what's the point of? Okay, so if I set a date, so the project's going to close on the 30th of June, and it is closed on the 30th of June, and we have been successful, and all of the backers are now going to get it, and we get those books out within like 2-3 weeks. I think that's a pretty good turnaround.
Yeah,
I don't know, guys.
Well. Some people put their they know their things ending in March 15th, so they put themselves, they give themselves a deadline of July 15th to get people the books. So if you can get it to people by the beginning of June, you're early, right?
Right.
So
why not?
What'd you say?
I'm sorry. Go ahead. I think I might have talked over him.
You did, and I didn't quite hear what he was saying. Oh no!
But I was saying we could just move our due date. Instead of a July deliveries, claim August, and then we could make July and be early.
Okay. I guess. Why do you have to make it more complicated?
I'm not trying to. I'm just making conversation.
I'm trying to do social media. I'm trying to get the company up and going. I just paid a bunch of stuff to get us going, all of that, and now you want me to do something earlier than I've already said. What is wrong with you?
So, honey, what are you talking about there? Tell the people what you're talking about. What did you just do?
We are now here at Shack Crescent LLC because this is going to be this is it. I'm done. I'm like so motivated to make us successful that I love the feedback you guys are giving me. I'm really trying to do, and I know, Rick, it's been 3 weeks since you gave me that list of names, and I don't want to make excuses. I'm not that kind of person, but working full time, household.
No, honey, you need to stop the sentence there. Wait.
I
You need to stop the sentence there. When you say I don't make
do my
excuses,
own writing and creating.
yes, but if you say I don't make excuses, you can't follow it up with excuses.
I know. Oh my gosh.
Listen, I'm right there with you though. I get it because I just created my LLC about 3 months ago.
Right.
And I do it. It's for my YouTube, the comic book creation.
Yeah. Right. Exactly.
So I did the LLC for that. I got Rubicon Comics trademarked, the logo and stuff. I got that trademarked. So yeah, I'm right there with you. I understand
it takes a lot of time and effort.
Yeah.
So I'm doing all that business stuff, and honestly, my background is a clinician. I work with children with autism. I've done it for 20 years. So I'm changing an entire career for 20 years working as a clinician to try to be a business person. Now add the social media. Chris has always been the social media guy. I'm like, how do I do this tweet thing? Took me 20 minutes to figure out how to do a DM just now. I'm like, and I'm going to school. I'm going to school to get my degree in English and my minor in creative writing because I've always had a passion to write. And I write poetry. That's my main thing. I love writing poetry. My professors tell me you need to stick with it. You've got some raw talent here. So I'm learning all that as well as doing all this other stuff to keep the money coming in because we're not where we need to be to support us. And this is not excuses. I'm just saying, all right, guys, I hear you. And I'm trying really hard to balance everything. And everything is like brand new to me, It's not like
I am the hardest person on the planet to work with.
Awful to work with. Awful to work with. I love him.
Hey, don't take me too seriously. I'm just teasing you to tease you.
No, I know. And I don't take it personally from anybody. I really don't. I have a pretty tough skin, trust me. But still, I want this to be successful on so many levels. I think that Chris and I have a really unique opportunity to not only show what he can do, but there's other things that we can offer to young creators too. Like we have always been those people to come along aside. You should see us at Comic-Cons. Like I'm a child magnet. Like kids love me. I can't even tell you. I don't try. They just flock to me. I'm like, doctor, whatever it is. And we see these beautiful children and their parents, and they're so hopeful. And a lot of these kids come with their own artwork, like the parents encourage, which is great. And they have their sketchbooks. So Chris and I will look at it, and we are always giving them free stuff. That's why we have the $50 comic book thing, so we can give kids that are interested in art. We want to encourage that. So I don't know. I just think that Hero Shack Press, yes, we're going to continue making, all of Chris's creations. I myself want to start in the next couple of years. I have a couple of books that I've started on my own, but it takes a while. Learning to get my own rhythm as an artist, plus learning to manage a business and keeping my husband on track. There's a lot, and there's a lot.
She has that word rhythm in there because for me, it's entirely about pacing. It can't be too quick, but it can't be too slow. And as a creator, when I hit that sweet spot, I can generate pages like nobody's business.
Exactly.
So she's searching for that rhythm. It's something.
And finding the time to do it. Like my time is like, it's 2:00 in the morning, but I have to be up at 5:30. I'm working with 4 children that are pretty heavy duty kids. I have to have both eyes. There's this whole sequence in my life, but at any rate, enough about me. I'll go back to doing what I was doing. Sorry. I overran there.
It's kind of like creative venting. It's nice.
Well, it's just, I'm excited. I'm really excited about this new adventure that Chris and I are on. I'm really excited. And I want it to be successful. Very much so.
I think as long as we keep working hard, it's going to get better. I don't know if we'll ever make, some hit show or comic or whatever the aspirations are, but I know that every time we fund one, it's just so rewarding. I would be happy if I could just sit home and do $500 books every month. It would make me so happy, but that won't make any money. That won't put food
that
on
won't
the
sustain
table.
us, but it's a nice
Right.
I think
It's a hobby at that
ultimately
point.
Right. Well, I think ultimately we would like this to be more of a full-time career for both of us, but that takes a lot of sweat equity, a lot of hard work, a lot of patience, a lot of growing pains. And I'm willing, and Chris is willing to put that in. So, reaching out and networking with all these amazing creators, here in the YouTube land and Twittering and whatever other social media that I've yet to stumble upon. That's kind of where it is. And I also want to reach out to some of the local places in our community. I want to go down to some of the local comic books. We do have some in our area, and just say, hey.
We're in Massachusetts, and a lot of the local comic book companies are more than happy to pick up independent books and projects for consignment. We actually had one shop that was buying our books to resell them, which was really cool. Because, it was shocking to me because we had the Sandbox out in it. It was our first series and it shows, but they wanted them. They bought them. I'm like, all right, thank you.
They did, and that's okay.
Yeah.
But
anyway. That kind of backing, when you know that you're not quite where you want to be and someone still supports you, it's really heartwarming. It's like you really appreciate that kind of move, because it's like, wow, thank you. It's just wow.
One thing else I would suggest, who's ever can get to it, is any names of the people that are getting this, or if you can go back to the cluster fudge one, grab their emails, make a database of that. That way, when you're doing a new campaign, you can send out a mass email to all those people and say, we're doing this campaign.
There's ways to do this too. Sometimes it costs some money. Now when I started mine, I used MailChimp and I started an email list. I ran a little contest, like just a $125 little swag contest. For like Cthulhu stuff and stuff like that for Isadora. And I got like 2,000-3,000 emails from there, and I started an emailing campaign before the campaign launched.
We haven't done that yet, and I've seen that.
Yeah.
I just haven't navigated myself to getting it done before the campaign starts.
There's another thing too, BackerKit. I use BackerKit for my stuff for fulfillment. I do my own fulfillment, the actual labor of fulfillment, but I use them for all the putting the orders together and the labels and all this stuff. They have a bunch of services there. One of the services is called Launch. Basically, you import all campaigns you've done, and you can send mass emails right through BackerKit to every person who's backed your campaign.
And then that's good to know.
And then you said there's pre-launch emails, there's launch emails, and there's post-launch emails. And like the post-launch emails, only you can select it to where it only sends the emails to people who haven't backed your campaign yet. So people who aren't getting like all these emails and stuff.
Exactly, because that's just not cool. I don't like doing that.
But
right now, I'm doing it all.
Remember that.
Well, listen, I'm writing a pen. I'm a good note taker. I am a student. So you're right, and like I do have a mailing list of everybody that's backed us. I'm doing it manually right now, just because we don't have, thousands of backers, but I can see what you're talking about. Like as we continue to grow, I can't picture me sitting here going, go to type this one. No. I will be looking into other ways. So
it would be even more fun.
Well, in your email account, you create a folder or whatever in your contacts and just put like Indiegogo or crowdfunding.
Oh, right. Yeah.
And just put them all in there. That way, you're sending out an email, you just click crowdfunding, to send it all BB or whatever, the DA. That way they'll get sent at once and you don't have to sit there for 5 hours emailing them each individual the same one.
But the reason why I said, well, that does work. There's a lot of manual labor involved in that, and you wouldn't know who's already. You'd have to go through your.
I'd have to go through my campaign
to see who's
look
backed
at who's back, then find out they backed over here, but they didn't back here. Maybe we got to and when you're working full time. It's like if this was all I was doing, it's a total different thing. If this was it, just that,
even if that was it, that's a lot.
It's still a lot of work. And
the launch thing with BackerKit is I think it was like $100 or something like that.
Okay, I'm definitely gonna look into that.
Yeah, and
definitely looking. So it's basically a company that you can kind of bring everything over. They do all the organization.
They work with Kickstarter and Indiegogo.
Okay. I'm going to look into that because honestly,
I've heard about it. I want you to look into it. Yeah,
you have. Well, I see again. That's
I'll share. You know what? Let me show you. I don't mind showing this. There's not like there's anything. It doesn't. It's not showing any backer information, so I don't mind showing this here.
Dun 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 dun. I wasn't sure if I'd be able to find it. I did though.
But yeah,
Okay.
so with that, let me get it right here. Yeah, see, it shows you, it gives you insights and everything, and it tells you day 6 in your campaign. It tells you how many members have pledged, you haven't pledged, how many have pledged. It gives you a breakdown of everything. And then when you click, I don't want to go to this because I don't want to show anything that you don't have.
Right. Yeah, please
you can
don't.
click on
My
projects
God.
and campaigns,
Right.
you know, and email campaigns. You can select
Gotcha.
what things you want to do, and you can select whatever you want. You know what I mean?
Right. Yep.
And it shows you all your lists of everything and members
Yep.
and everything like that. So it's a really cool tool.
It definitely looks like an amazing tool, and I have to get that.
Yeah.
I will be looking into that.
So that's like what, $100 you said, and I guess that's US.
I think it was 100. I think. Like to do the whole like the backer kit for the fulfillment, it's like they have 3 different levels. It's like they take a percentage plus a fee, and it's just like everything else. Like if you take the one with the lower fee, they take a bigger percentage. If you take the one with the higher fee,
yeah, of course.
But the percentages are small. It's like 3% to 5%, I think, or something like that.
That's not bad.
Yeah, so I think I took the lowest percentage one. I think it was like 2%, and I paid $300. So that's for the fulfillment part. And in this launch,
So they take a fee out, which makes sense, but you don't have to do the work, and you can focus on other things that are more important.
Right, and I think the launch was 100, but I think they have a free version of it too, but it doesn't do as much or something like that.
Yeah.
But their staff is actually very responsive and helpful. They usually
good.
If it's
I actually pulled it up.
important, they get right away. But typically, at least within 48 hours, they do.
That's
get back.
awesome. Yeah. No, that's really cool to know. Thank you so much. I had no idea that was even out there. I'm like looking at my Excel going, okay, I got to create this, and I got to create that, and I got to get it. Oh my God. And then I'm exhausted because I'm doing this at 11 o'clock at night and my eyes are crossed. And
for me, for the fulfillment, the reason why I loved it, because I had stretch goals, I had all these different things in there, and people were getting this print, this print, and, you know, put it all together.
When
you go into the back kit after, I sound like I'm not a paid promoter, guys.
Listen to you. He's doing 3D printing.
I'm not a paid promoter for Backer Kit at all. The Backer Kit, if you want me to, hit me up. But the fulfillment, when you do the fulfillment part of it, you bring every item you have, you can create a SKU.
Okay.
And you weigh your item, you put the exact weight of the item in there. You figure out their Gemini mailers, whatever you're doing, you put those weights in there, and then it's just one click. Once you do that, it automatically collates everything each backer has. Populates it. Here's your thing. Buy the postage, print it up, boom, out the door.
Oh my gosh, that would be the last campaign. I think we had like 48 or 50. You should have seen me. It was a Friday night. I had everything laid out. I'm putting it all. I haul it down to the post office. This is how I'm doing. The postman goes, you know, there's an easier way to do this. I'm lugging the boxes in. I'm standing there for an hour. I got to go to work. I'm like this.
Yeah, I mean, I did that. Me and my daughter and my girlfriend brought ours in because with mine, like I said, I had a bunch of Gemini mailers, which is fine. But then I had other stuff that had prints, 11 by 17 prints.
Right.
So I had to put those in a tube, and I didn't want to print up 2 labels. So I got a bigger box, put the Gemini mailer in there, put the tube in there. Print it. So I had a bunch of these boxes that were about 16 by 14.
Oh right, that makes sense.
I had a bunch of those. I had a bunch of Gemini mailers, and I had 123 backers last campaign.
Okay.
So I had 123 packages that I put together.
Yeah.
And I went extra. I had these little envelopes with a wax seal that had a thank you card in there and all this stuff. I went nuts.
The whole thing.
But it's time. It is a lot of time, and this is for anyone out there that's backing these campaigns, especially if you pick the right creator. We put so much effort and sweat.
Yes, we do.
And that's not even just making the book; it's after the book's made.
That's after.
I was going to say, getting the bling and stuff together to sneak into the packs is my favorite part.
Right.
Like we always include a metal card. We got hooked on metal cards from somebody at a convention, and that's the most fun out of all of it. Is just, okay, which card does this guy get, and do you have any more of those left? I want and it's a blast. It really is.
Yeah, it really is.
Oh yeah, I've got to get that information off you. Where you get your metal cards done, maybe how much they cost.
Well, we get them out of Arizona.
Yeah, you sent me you sent me. I think I asked you about one of them, and I looked at them. But I saw another guy who's been doing CG books, and I might go with him because his are metal. He had prints on both sides.
Oh wow!
Oh, I've been asking for that, and they haven't provided that.
Yeah, it's. I can give you his name. I talked to him.
Yeah,
that would be great.
They're a little more pricier. It's pricier than the ones you were doing.
But
it's still a nice little.
That sounds really cool.
Touch. Yeah.
Well, the backside that gives real estate
put
for
your logo
promotion
and stuff.
right there.
You put your logo on there. Yeah.
That's super cool.
And I've asked several times, Ready Comics, who we use, they're not ready for two-sided. They keep telling me no, only one.
Yeah.
So,
but I am going with them because because one of my tiers is the metal cover collector book, so I'm going with them to do the metal cover for that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we gotta find another gimmick because a lot of people are doing the metal things now. I just don't know what it is yet. So we'll keep our eyes on the novelty print stuff and see what comes out. But
yeah, absolutely.
I love gimmick stuff.
Well, it's fun.
Printers do. You know?
What's that, Terry? So, I swear your phone's
depending on the printer.
Ah, yes, it does depend on the printer.
Here we go.
So
most of the on-demand printers do provide Kickstarter fulfillment services.
Oh yeah, I guess they would.
Mm-hmm.
It's another thing we need to look at.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna DM it to you, Diana.
Okay.
The name of this guy who does the cards.
Awesome. Thank you.
That's his Twitter.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So guys, I hate to do this because we are on a roll, but it's 10 o'clock and I'm starting to fade fast.
guys, notice who's leaving. Where's Terry? Terry, notice who's leaving. It's usually me. I'm getting so good at this.
You know what's going to happen? I'm going to wake up at 3 a.m. again, and I'm going to be drawing again. And then what really happens is at 2 p.m. during work, I start doing and I have to get up and walk around the building and drink another coffee. And I can't wait for the weekend. It sort of resets on the weekends.
Yeah. All right, guys. Well, I'll let you go. I've been tweeting it out, so hopefully we can get this last $29 for you guys.
Oh my gosh!
Yeah, thank you, brother. I appreciate it so much.
Thank you so much.
All right,
and
so I will
guys, I guess. Yeah, absolutely. Hey, before you leave, do you do a regular stream?
Yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, we do a show. Me and my co-host Yellow, Tuesday through Friday. We do the midday mashup at 3 p.m. Central Eastern time. Sorry, 3 p.m. Eastern time. It's just a nerdy news, of all different things in comic books, movies, and stuff like that. We do that during the week, and then randomly at night I'll do just like a shit stream.
So do they run on replays on YouTube?
Yeah, it's a live stream, and they're still there.
Yep. Okay, cool. So everybody check them out because we're all about cross promoting. And Lorenzo's stream is tomorrow night at 8. Even though he's not here, I'm going to promote for him because he's the man.
Yep.
The sleeve stacking in. Oh, he is? Lorenzo, man.
He just popped in.
Oh, my gosh.
Hey, do you want to come on long enough to promote? Hang on. I don't. Oh, it's not sending. Why not?
Well, you can take my spot, Lorenzo. I'm going to hop out, guys. But
all right. Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Later. Good meeting you.
Yeah, so we're about to head out, Lorenzo, but if you want to promote tomorrow night's show at 8 o'clock, it's the Sleeve Stacking Variety Show. He doesn't know why he calls it variety because there's not much variety lately. He's been focusing hard on projects. I don't know if I'm promoting properly here.
Probably not.
I'm trying hard.
I don't think you're promoting.
I'm feeling so tired.
Wow.
Well, I'm actually going to have a show tomorrow afternoon at noon. High noon returns for
actually, you know what? Tweet me because I might be able to watch that. Normally, when I'm at work, I can't. But the school is out, so I'm working in empty classrooms. I could probably turn on a stream and enjoy it.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. Yeah, I'm gonna be drawing up one of my characters. I haven't done my high noon in like a month or 2 months. I'm just doing it special because, I'll reveal the reason tomorrow.
There you go.
Cool. All right, so I hate to do this, but I'm gonna kill the channel and call you guys a night.
Good night, you guys. God bless. Thank you so
much.
See
you tomorrow afternoon, and definitely I'll be in Lorenzo's show at 8. That's 8 Eastern, and all the other stuff. There's Central and Western, and Cosmic Time and Slow Time and Quick Time.
And no time.
And no time.
Night, you guys.
And sleep time.
Yeah.
Good night, you